that Duke Radio?
No.
Okay.
George Floyd! George Floyd! Ahmaud Arbery! Ahmaud Arbery!
Say his name! Say his name! Say his name!
Say what? Say what? When black students are under attack, what do we do? Stand up for that! Stand up for that! Stand up for that! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
I am a student at Bloomington High School, and I'm an incoming sophomore. I was one of the students who were, kind of affected by the situation with the high school students at NormalWest. Basically, it all started back in April when, I was just on social media, minding my business, and I get a text from one of my friends, and they're like, one of the students are using a racial slur to her boyfriend, her white boyfriend, in a Visco post. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it upon myself, and I'm gonna try to, talk to her in a civil way and not, start any drama or anything. So I text her, blah, 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 and she doesn't text me back. So I go to her IG and we start commenting to get her attention. So she doesn't, she's nervous because she, feels ashamed because she was using those racial slurs in her Visco post. So her boyfriend starts attacking us in the comments, telling us to go back to where we came from, starts calling us niggers, slaves, that his ancestors raped our ancestors back when slavery happened. So I take it upon myself and I start, I DM him, I'm like, what you're doing is not okay. We did not try to start anything, but we try to come to you in a civil way and educate you on why using that racial slur, calling your white boyfriend my nigga, that makes everybody else feel uncomfortable. So I email the NAACP and I emailed the school and I'm like, there's students that attend your school using racial slurs and thinking it's okay. So I never got an email back, and I kind of felt some type of way because it happened to me, and I wanted to have some reassurance and be like, it's okay, we got this covered. So I didn't get no email, I didn't get no call back, and so I'm like, okay, I feel some type of way because I feel like they're not putting enough pressure on the situation. So my friend gets a call back and she's like, they've got it handled and it's issued and whatever, and they said that we can't know the consequence because they're underage. I'm like, okay. So move on. That happened. Another incident happened with the same students, and it was them in the jacuzzi, and one of the students says my nigga flicking the camera off. So I get a text message and that's the video, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna email the school and I'm gonna email the NAACP again so they can, know what's going on. So that happens. We have a meeting. Me and my friend have a meeting with the principal of NormalWest, and he says that there's not enough evidence because there's no relations of them going to the school. There's no connection. And it didn't happen on school ground. That's what he told me. It didn't happen on school ground, so there's nothing he can really do about it. So I'm like, it doesn't matter if it didn't happen on school ground because they represent your school. You know, they represent your school. And so I'm like, you guys informed me, because I never got a call back, I never got an email back. So they informed me and said that it was handled, but if it was handled, none of us would be here today marching. If this was handled, we wouldn't have to be making petitions that got deleted 2 times right after I came from back to that meeting. And you telling me that there's nothing you can do about it because it didn't happen on school ground makes no sense, because other kids get in trouble for stuff that doesn't happen at school, right? And you know, when school starts back, and if this is not handled, something's gonna happen to those students. But who's gonna get the backlash? The black kids. Who's gonna get the backlash when we wanna, you know, we wanna put their anger out on them, we wanna fight them, do this, confront them, and then all of a sudden we're ghetto, we're uneducated, we're not classy. So basically all I'm saying is that if this doesn't get handled, I'm gonna be very mad, because, you know, it's not it shouldn't take a whole crowd, it shouldn't take a whole petition for them to get a consequence. It shouldn't take hundreds of people seeing this for them to get a consequence. And it makes your district and your students and your staff look terrible at this point, because so much stuff is going on in the world, and they want to say racial slurs during a time like this. They want to say racial slurs during a time like this. Innocent black men, children, women are getting killed by the color of their skin, and they have the audacity to text us and use social media for ignorant things and not get in trouble for it. We're tired, and I won't be silent. And some of my friends who are also affected by the situation are here today, but I'm speaking for them. Thank you so much.
Oh, you want to sing it?
It's you.
I'm not surprised in the slightest bit. But we will get it for stuff.
Now you're in front of me. Just stay real.